Hello everybody, welcome to the fall / October / Halloween TBR video. I have such a large stack. You all are like really not ready for this. There's no way I'm gonna read them all, which like kind of devastates me. I like have been putting off reading so many of these because I was like, I want to read them during spooky fall season. There's no way. Like the physical TBR is so large, and I also have things I want to read from like Kindle Unlimited, just from the library, you know? Oh, I also have a couple of recommendations for you. So that's fun. If you don't know, I didn't really read until February of this year. February is the first month that I read. So I'm a little bit of a beginner. My recommendations list is extremely slim. It's slim. So, you know, just like bear with me. We're kind of at the point where I'm not reading anything except spooky books from here until like early mid-November. I'll ride them out long enough, you know? I hope you all also like this Halloween setup. It's not really giving Halloween. I have my skeleton earring. There's a heart also with the skeleton. That is my spooky. Did I buy these earrings simply to wear them for this video? Yes. I'm going to go through actually books that I'm recommending. There's only 3, so don't worry. There's not that many. But I thought that I should give you at least some of my like spooky recs. So I had a list. Where is it? Okay, let me start off with my most recent read, which is Hidden Pictures. This book is about a girl who is a recovering addict. She goes to work for this rich ass couple, and they have a little son, and she's gonna babysit the son. Since they've moved, he has suddenly developed an interest in drawing. Kind of sus. And he starts drawing these pictures, and they're like, wow, we love that. He's so creative and ahead of his age. But, you know, of course he starts drawing some spooky shit, okay? The pictures are creepy as hell. I just ate this shit up. If you are like looking for a thriller mystery that has a spooky tone but isn't necessarily like scary, I don't know. It is kind of scary. This book is kind of hard to describe without giving you spoilers. I think it's a great entry to the spooky season. Like, I'm very proud of myself for reading that at the time I did. I think it was like a perfect time for it. So I definitely recommend it. I gave it 5 stars, guys. I think the story took some really interesting turns and turned out differently than I was expecting in some ways. Yeah, I just like really liked this. Like, thoroughly enjoyed it, found it very easy to read. Like, I felt like it was very well paced. Wasn't slow, but didn't feel like fast paced just for the sake of being fast paced, like some Colleen Hoover books felt. Like, that's how Verity felt for me. So yeah, this book hit. It hit, and I love the cover. That adds some points. So yeah, this was a pretty easy 5-star for me. I really liked it, and I think you should read it because I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay. Spooky but not scary. This one is definitely not scary. Hidden Pictures is like, oh, okay, maybe a little bit. This one is scary. No, it's spooky but not scary. So we're talking about One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I already have a video on like my full review that does have spoilers, but there's a disclaimer at the end. So watch at your own discretion. Like, you may not like how much is revealed about the book. Anyways. This book has great spooky vibes and a more fantasy leaning story. So if you like romantasy, fantasy, but you want to have that spooky Halloween feeling, definitely read this book. I think it has spooky vibes, okay? The setting is spooky. So yeah, great. Oh, it is YA leaning, like very no smut, like it's not heavy on the romance, okay? And the romance it does have is very YA. So like the whole thing has a very YA tone. I feel like I would have enjoyed it much more if I knew that ahead of time. Yeah. And last but not least is Bride by Hazelwood. You know, to me it's Halloween because of the cover, perhaps you might say. And also because it is like a werewolf vampire romance type. I love this book so much. This is like seriously like one of my favorite things I've read so far. It's so goofy and like laugh out loud funny in like a cringe way, and it's just good. It's got, you know, marriage of convenience. It's got a little mystery aspect in there. It is just damn good. Like I wish I could erase my mind and then read it again now, because it was just like such a good, like if you're reading a bunch of like really dark, perhaps horror books throughout October and like you need a little palate cleanser but you still want to stay in the spooky vibe, this is a good one. It's not too heavy. It's like a light one. Or if you don't really like Halloween but like you want to feel like you're in the spirit, this one, guys, okay, just trust me, it's so good. I just love this book. So silly. Okay, now in no particular order, we're going to go through this giant ass physical TBR. Hold on, let me grab it to show you. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, all right, here it is. Okay, is this the thumbnail? Okay. Whoa, big stack. Big stack. They're all like black. They all have black covers. Okay. Oh wait, no, I want it back over here. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. First off, we have lots and lots of dark academia. Okay. How do people usually pronounce it? Dark academia? I don't know. I'm just gonna say dark academia because that's how I would say it. So first off, we have ninth house. I have a confession. Okay. When I was in high school, anybody who knew me in high school is gonna be like, what the fuck? But when I was in high school, I had this delusional dream. I didn't seriously think this, but I was like, you know, fingers crossed. But I was like, my dream college was Yale. Okay. I was horrible at school. Genuinely terrible at school. Didn't care enough to try that hard. Wasn't interesting enough to keep my attention, let's just say. But if someone was like, hey, you can go to any school in the world, where would you want to go? And I would say Yale. And I think it's predominantly because of those damn secret societies that they have, where they got like the Hogwarts type houses. Like, yes, 100%. I will be interested in school if you put me in that setting. Actually, no, I still wouldn't be interested in school, but I would be interested in that aspect. So would it really be me interested in school? The answer is no. So anyways, yeah, this book is set at Yale, and Leigh Bardugo actually went to Yale. Is that right? I think maybe I'm making that up. Pretty sure she went to Yale. But anyways, this is about those secret societies, okay? But it's like creepy as shit, and they are like fucked up. They raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living, okay? What else do I have to say? Secret societies, my dream school, and forbidden magic, okay? I love that. I literally love that. The cover, also amazing. The spine, amazing. Like, I just love this whole vibe and the shiny So yeah, thank you to my friend Kinsey who gave me this book. I am so grateful, and I will definitely be reading it. I've been holding off for a very long time, but I think now the time has come. Oh wow, Stephen King said the best fantasy novel I've read in years. I like that. Yeah, I'm like so hyped for that. Okay, well, in the spirit of dark academia, we also have If We Were Villains. Dark academia is a genre that I would be more willing to take into winter than something that's like inherently like spooky, witch, ghost themed. So yeah, I guess I'm just telling myself that. Wow, I actually don't know what this is about. Okay, so apparently this is like a little like theater mystery. Shakespearean actors. It says fascinating, unorthodox take on rivalry, friendship, and truth. I like those things. Thrilling, twisty end that readers won't see coming. Ooh, richly layered story of love, friendship, and obsession. I love media about obsession. Like Whiplash. That movie is really good. I love that. Especially obsession with a hobby or like something that you like to do that's like creative. I really like those. So yeah, if we were villains, I want to read you, but I think I may push this to a November. So this is going in the November category. Ninth House, I don't know. That may have to stay in October just because I need it. Okay. I want to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Oh my god, disregard this. I'm always really good about picking these off, but apparently I missed that. Anyways, I want to read this. I love YA and I love a mystery. And I want to read the book before I watch the TV show. I think we could do it, guys. Okay, this is a little like light. Like if I get to it, great. But if I don't, I'm not going to cry about it. This is Spook by Mary Roach. This is like science tackles the afterlife. That's what it says. It is a non-fiction, but told in like a silly, goofy way, I believe. It's kind of like her musings, I believe, on like what happens when we die. Yeah. It says scientists, schemers, engineers, and mediums all trying to prove or disprove that life goes on after we die. So, I don't know. I've had this for so long. Like my mom gave this to me before I ever even like started reading this year because she thought I would like it. And so I think it's time. Oh, we're back to dark academia. Okay. I also would like to read The Secret History. I'm a little nervous about this book. Okay. Because I've heard that the first half is like really easy. Well, not maybe easy, but better to get through than the second half. And it's just like a big one. It's a really large book. The pages are like Bible pages. They're like super thin. And the text, look how tiny. That is some small text. Okay. Like I'm a little nervous. It's giving to me as if Gossip Girl, if somebody was murdered, Gossip Girl Clue collab, like who done it, but we're all Upper East Siders, you know? None of us are really likable because we're all spoiled and rich. Oh, it says they're misfits. Okay, maybe not Gossip Girl. Maybe that's a November one. Ooh, okay. I'm really excited for this, but I don't even know what it's about, really. Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reid. I think this has to be a October read. Also, look at this cover. I don't love it, I will say, but the vibes are fall, okay? The colors, fall vibes. Yeah, okay, I will say the cover's horrid. It's like pixelated. The only thing that's clear on this cover is the text, and I don't like that. There's also like there's like too many fonts going on here. Too many variation in font. I can't really remember why I wanted to read this. I think it was because it's really fucked up. Maybe it's really gory and fucked up. On the back it says fiction/horror. So yeah, I'm down with that. It's magic and horror. Okay. You really don't have to say much else to get me interested in this. But yeah, it's about two witches and they have a bad dad, it seems, from the back. And the world is losing magic and going to industrialism. And there's a monster. Okay. I don't know, but I'm going to read that and I want to really bad. This is another definite October read, but I want to read The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. I actually have read a bit of this. I have a bookmark in here. I did DNF it. I mean, obviously I did DNF it. I can't remember when I read this, but I read one chapter. Okay. I'm not even gonna count that. This is about, really hard to describe. There are like, I don't know how many kids, perhaps 12, just making that up. And they all have different abilities. And their dad is like God, and then he goes missing. And so all the kids who have these different abilities, they are trying to find him. I feel like I read more of this. I'm interested in the horror aspect of this book. It says it's fiction, fantasy, contemporary. This is the strangest author bio I've ever seen. It says, Scott Hawkins lives in Atlanta with his wife and a large pack of foster dogs. When not writing, he enjoys woodwork, cooking long and impractical recipes, and playing fetch with his dogs. He works as a computer programmer. The Library at Mount Char is his first novel. Like, Scott, you are a man of many talents. He is a chef. He is a woodworker. He is a programmer. Like, this is a man of talent, okay? I do like this cover. Yeah, all these words in the back here in the reviews are just things I like to see. Compelling, terrifying memories, unspoken threats, gruesome. Wickedly comical. Okay. Mind-bending. Yes. Imaginative. Vivid. Shuddering and chortling. An interesting collab, but I'm here for it. Yeah. Fantasy, supernatural, plus all those things. Say less. I'm into it. Right. Going a little left field. Well, not really. All right. Next, I have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something, and you can't make fun of me or roast me. So, okay, so I'm like obviously interested in this. Like, I like found family. I'm not the biggest fan of found family. I'm like cool with it, but I'm not like I love that. That's why I think maybe I haven't picked it up, because it's never something that's so intriguing to me about this series, and I'm like, yes, But I do love crime, so. Okay, this is the thing that I was going to tell you guys. I think the thing that is holding me off from this book is that in the Shadow and Bone series, which I watched before I read any Leigh Bardugo books, I really don't like the guy that plays Kaz Brecker. I think he's really not cute. He just doesn't do it for me, and I fear that is ruining this. It's not ruining it. It's preventing me from picking it up over anything else. Like, generally I didn't love that part of the story in the Shadow and Bone show, so I'm really struggling. So if you guys could provide a little bit of insight about I don't know, something that I would perhaps like from this series, and I didn't mention crime and found family. Don't tell me those. I already know those. I already know the thief, heist, crime plus found family, but I think something else. The themes. I always like to know what the themes of a book are. This book is about loneliness, or this book is about friendship and love and family. So yeah, please help me. I want to read this, but I need a push. And then I also have the second book already, of course. I'm prepped, okay, guys? I'm very sorry that I haven't read that yet. I feel like people are gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? Okay, this is another book I DNF'd earlier this year. Starling House by Alix E. Harrow. Oh, I love this cover, except if it weren't for this fucking circle. I hate these. Get them off. Beautiful spine. I love this because it's set in Kentucky, okay? We got Kentucky pride here, okay? We got some Kentucky pride. If you may not know, I live in Kentucky. Kentucky is a sick place, okay, guys? Seriously, no Kentucky slander, all right? Okay, this is a haunted house. I did DNF this early on because this author, I think, lived in Eastern Kentucky for a bit of time, and her observations and the setting of where the book takes place in early in the book was kind of triggering me. I know I just said I love Kentucky, now it's triggering me, but it's true. It was too accurate that it was making me feel a little weird inside. The feeling it was provoking from me was unsettling. So I'm cool to try that, now. And I think I was reading it right before I was going to sleep, and everybody was asleep, and that was kind of freaking me out. So there were some things, okay? And it's a shorty. Oh, I mean, I should be able to fly through that thing. Yeah, I think that the beginning was potentially the hardest because it's her getting to the house, and I hope that the rest of the book is her in the house and less setting, more weird things occurring. But I do want to read it. It seems creepy, and Kentucky's kind of a creepy place sometimes. Kentucky, very multifaceted, okay? I love that this is set in Kentucky, and for that reason I want to support it. And so yeah, that's pretty much why. And it's haunty vibes. All right, I have been wanting to read this book for literally so long. Not so long, that's really dramatic, but a good while. They're Vicious Games. This is another YA book. I've heard that this has an eat the rich vibe. Literally say less. I love that vibe in any book that shits on rich people. Yeah, give me that now. That is why I kind of refuse to read My Year of Rest and Relaxation, because that's some rich sympathizer shit, and I'm not with that. I don't like that. Maybe that's why this is kind of triggering to me, because they're poor as fuck and they live in Kentucky and it just feels too real. It feels too real, too familiar. So yeah, anything that's like fuck rich people, fuck the rich, eat the rich, great. I am here for that. So it's about this girl. She has been on a scholarship at the prestigious Edgewater Academy, a school for the uber rich and mostly white New England upper class. But she gets in a fight and it causes her to be blacklisted from her top choice Ivy League college and any other. I don't know why a fight would do that, but okay, sure. Then the only way she can regain the future she's sacrificed everything for is the finish, which is a competition sponsored by Edgewater's founding family. They're selected to compete in 3 mysterious events. The winner will be granted entry into the fold of the Remington family, whose wealth and power can open any door. But when she gets to the finish, she realizes that the stakes aren't just make or break, they're life and death. So it's kind of like a Hunger Games battle royale type sitch. Like one person will live. So yeah, and I love hot pink. I love pink generally, and I like this cover, so that's another reason. Right, last on the physical TBR is Zodiac Academy. My friend Rosie, she gave me this book to borrow. Rosie is the one who showed me Fourth Wing, because I was like completely out of the book sphere. I had read half of ACOTAR and I was like, I don't like this, guys. I don't like this. And then Rose was like, try Fourth Wing. Then I was obsessed, completely and utterly obsessed. And thus Rose is our gift as to why this channel exists. So thank you, Rose. She really likes sad books and like emotional books, and those I'm scared of. So, but yeah, a romantasy, say less. I will read anything that Rose recommends. So she said this had Fourth Wing energy, kind of goofy like Fourth Wing. Amazing. I love a funny romantasy. I think that they're hilarious. All that I know about this is that it's like a reverse harem, which I'm kind of like sus of, but I'm trusting Rose, okay? All right, now for my Kindle TBR. I'm actually in the process of reading one right now. My Kindle is buried. Oh god. Okay. So, I am reading currently Blood Orange. Oh Jesus. This book is just fucked. Disclaimer, as you guys know, I just got here in terms of reading things. I haven't read a dark romance yet. And this is a Dracula retelling? No, it's not. It's just Dracula is like the guy. His name isn't Dracula, it's Valtu. And he, in this book, Dracula is like based off of him, but like it's not in real life, you know. Page 4, there was a smut scene. Wasn't prepared for that. And like already there's just some like crazy things that have occurred in this book, but you know what can I say? I am kind of enjoying it. I think it's silly. It's like just about as silly as I could go. I think I'm reading it because Heather McLary, she had this like video where she was reacting to the end, and it was like she had like a very intense reaction to the ending, and I was like, I think I need to like see what's going on with this book. And it's like pretty short, so I'm interested, okay? And it was on Kindle Unlimited, and I was like, okay, great. There's some typos. I really don't like typos. It really does feel like lazy. How can you have a typo in today's day and age? I don't really understand. But if you know there's a valid reason to have a typo, let me know, and I will apologize. I also have Phantasma on here that I want to read. I don't quite know what this is about. This is another dark fantasy romance. I think there's some sort of games competition aspect, but there's like a lot of supernatural creatures. You know what? That's enough for me. It has content and trigger warnings, which is always a good sign for me. So I don't know. I'm just like interested in this. I'll read it. The Wicked Games series. Oh, by the weekend. Oh no, there's so much more on this TBR. I also want to read A Deadly Education, another dark academia book. I'm gonna be dark academia'd up, okay? Do you guys think I have to read that in October? Is this the most October-y dark academia book? Oh, I fear it is. I fear it is. I'm seeing words like crawler, soul eater, and siren spiders. So that's screaming Halloween October vibes to me. Also, this cover, is just kind of Halloween-esque with the little, stars and like witchy shit. So gonna have to read that too. Do you guys think I can read all of those by October 30th? With me reading 6 books a month in the past couple of months, I'm really trying to stick to like Halloween themed books in October because I surely have enough to get me through. I also got this arc, guys. I got my first arcs, which, not really a flex. They're just on NetGalley. I pretty much promise you that if you request these books on NetGalley, you will get them also. Chances of you getting them pretty high, I would say. Anyways, I got this. It's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. This doesn't come out until January of next year. I was like, what are y'all doing? You needed this out already. Like, you missed your deadline. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. You think I'm going to read this any other time than October? You're wrong. Cover is amazing. You can't really tell here, so I'll like show the real pretty one, which is the main reason why I requested this. And I saw Witchcraft and Wayward Girls and I was sold. I don't know what this is about. It starts off in 1970. Okay. Is this set in the 1970s? I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna read it, but yeah. Someone requested me to read this, The Masked. Oh my god. Let me look it up because it was like Sinister Minister, which when you hear that, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, here it is. Slasher Pass. And I'm really curious, but I cannot do it alone. I will have to do it with you guys. So, as we had one shot to get out of the Sinister Minister's grasp and we took it. Hand in hand, Kansas and I, that's his name, I guess, fled in the middle of the night with the promise that we'd never tell a soul about what happened at that house and how Constantine, apparently that's the other guy, died. She had to decide who she was going to marry and then who she was going to kill. So it's fuck, marry, kill, except fucking marry her together. But it turns out that Constantine is alive and he remembers that they left him. And so I guess he's going to come and like fuck him up. It says Slasher Pass is an MFM horror romance. I don't know what that means. Male, female, male. Oh, okay. I probably could have told you that. I probably could have guessed. Anyways, I think that they like fucking like a scream mask or something. I don't know, guys. Okay. I truly don't know what's going on over there in the dark romance community. No judgment. I'm just a little curious and I want to see what's going on. Okay. I think that's it. I fear that I'm missing some and then I'm going to think of them and then be like really upset. So if there's any that I'm forgetting, I'll put them here. A place for future me to put something if I need to. If you have any Halloween recs, I'm not sure how much room I have left. Still send them over, okay? Because maybe something on here will get nixed and then we'll just slide your recommendation right in, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Okay, bye.